Shot. This is the easiest I've ever to answer.
I'm going to say beer. I can't even begin to describe.
I'm actually going to go crazy. I'm going to buy everybody around on this one. Evan, would you like to do the intro?
You want me to pull up the one that I copy and paste?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go for it. And welcome back, everyone, to Big Apple Hockey's Layup Talk. Are you so confident that you are going to be doing self-alley-oops? Are you so that you're going to put up a mid-range shot? Or are you going to say it's a shot layup? Play along with us in the comment section down below. It is hoop time.
Although I was running to go get the hoop, but I still have things a little bit that I misplaced in the move. So that is my fault on that one, guys. Literally, I have the men who gave me the hoop on this one. But play along down in the comments below. You're so confident that you're buying around. So I'll have a beer. Oh, God, I need a shot. Guys, we're going to start with this one. And I'm actually going to start with Matt on this one and go around because let's get the younger guys first. And then we'll get to the older guys. This is the worst New York Rangers season of all time. Matt, go ahead. Start it off.
I mean, I know for you and Phil, you probably, it's probably not for you because you guys have the 92-93 season, so you have more years of experience. But for me, Joey and Evan, this is clearly get the hoop. This is a layup. The backboard is broken. There's glass all over the court. It's just shattered. I mean, yeah, without a doubt, because I was born 2003, so I didn't get to see the 92-93 season. I also didn't get to see any of the Dark Age years. But for me, and because my first season watching was 09-010, so yeah, for me, this is just the worst season of all time that I've seen personally. The brand of hockey was terrible, just dysfunction from top to bottom. So many unlikable players, so many players underperforming. The Rangers are lost in terms of the front office. They have dinosaur analytics. Chris Drury doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, for me, it's a round. It's a layup.
Joey, is this the worst season you've ever endured?
Yeah, this is like the easiest layup of all time for me. Honestly, I'm with Matt. I started watching in 2009, 2010, and so ever since then, I feel like I've been pretty privileged to see some good Rangers teams make some deep playoff runs. But I mean, this year with all the drama off the ice and then the expectations of being a cup contender and to not even make the playoffs, yeah, easy layup.
Evan, smashing that hoop.
Yeah, Lob City, the Blake Griffin jerseys in the
He's
background.
got a basketball in his hand right now.
And the Blake Griffin jerseys in the background for a reason. This is the easiest layup I think we have in the history of layup talk, to be honest with you, at least for me, because like Joey, 09-10 was the first season I endured. And this team right now has me missing like the Ryan Sproles of the world and the rebuilding squad, or the rebuild, because we shouldn't even call it a rebuild. But for me, yeah, this is easily the worst season, just with all the drama, all the toxicity.
You just threw it away.
Just really made it a nightmare, and I nearly, like I said, had to be instituted with the way the season was unfolding in December. So yeah, this is broken backboard, like Johnny's saying.
Phil, go ahead first.
It's rough because I mean I'm gonna say beer, just because like there's merit to this. This is probably the most unlikable group I've watched, at least the 92-93 team. Like they were trying. The injuries to Leach and the toxicity between Messier and Nielsen really kind of caused their downfall that year. But that was something that had been brewing for a little bit. But this level of dysfunction is just horrendous. The last year of AAV in 2017-18 was just terrible too. He just made a lot of stupid decisions where you're just like, what are you doing? And how did you ever become this team's head coach? We're saying this, 3-4 years after he took the team to a Stanley Cup final in his first season. It's just, there's a lot of dysfunction. The Dark Ages are also bad because of the fact that they were giving up first-round picks almost every year to fall this short of the playoffs. So to keep them in a continuous loop of mediocrity, and there wasn't really a future to look toward to. They were a lack of prospects. I mean, your best prospects, the ones that they held on to, were like Jamie Lundmark. Like, we thought Jamie Lundmark was going to be something special. Pavel Brendel was their top prospect for a while until they dealt him in the Eric Lindros trade. I gotta say that we this is close, but it's a beer for me.
Philk, and by the way, speaking about which, then there would be prospects that they trade like Kim Janssen or Marek Zidlicki that then go up and blow up elsewhere. And it makes you go, geez, what were the Rangers even thinking? Even PJ Stock did better elsewhere. This was hard for me, guys. I really was going to say 92-93 was worse than this until last week's headline. I'm not going to go into further detail on that. Yeah, it's this season. I'm with you. And now it is a layup. I have given my own self alley-oop layup. I have done it, Evan. An easy layup for me. This one is an easy one. And again, this is, you could say everything you want about the Rangers. I was embarrassed to be a Ranger fan last week.
I still am. Chipotle had the buy one, get one yesterday. I pulled in with my Leafs jersey instead of a Ranger jersey.
I mean, it truly was like, you could say anything you want. Brian Leach slipping on ice. If you want to go back into the original 6 era where they finished at the bottom every single year, but at least they had guys like Charlie Rayner, Harry Howell, or Andy Bathgate. But then you look at some of the dark ages in the 70s, John Ferguson, those stupid jerseys, and Rod Gilbert retiring, and Espo coming in, and that trade that still was lopsided the other way for Boston, but the Rangers made the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, it's so difficult to look at this season and think anything positively, other than the fact that my wife and I went to a bunch of games, including Vegas. That's how it is. By the way, guys, we got 500 people right now watching in the chat, so let's keep it on going. And Joey, I'll start with you in this one. Igor Shesterkin will statistically rebound. I'll flash some of these stats for you, like the fact that he led the league in he was under 500 for the first time in his career, 905 save percentage, and a 286 goals against. But he did lead the league in shots against and saves. And here's his save percentage and goals against. Joey, will he rebound statistically?
Yeah, I mean, if he led the league in shots against and saves, I would hope that the defense gets a little bit better than this year. I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Shesterkin. I know he goes with the mental resets a lot. I know you guys talk about that all the time, but I tend not to doubt Shesterkin because he always proves me wrong. If I've ever criticized him, he'll have a stretch where he plays awful, lets in like 4 or 5 goals a game, and then like January this year, I think it was the beginning of January this year, he went on like a crazy run before the I think, is that what it was, guys? Was it the beginning of January?
Yeah.
He had like a crazy run, and then that Colorado game at MSG he had like a really bad stretch. But I feel very confident that he'll rebound. So that's a layup for me.
Okay. Evan.
I'll say beer, just because we're talking about, well, the defense, hopefully it's going to be better and everything, but most of the D-core is locked in, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Outside of Keandre Miller, everyone's locked in, so the D-core is not changing. Maybe you get help from the coaching staff that comes in for a bit. Maybe they'll boost them and have them play a better structure, which will help, but then again, I don't know if these players will buy in, and that's a conversation that we're having. So, I'd hope that it's going to be better, because when you're making $11.5 million, then, your numbers should be good, because that's why everyone argued the contract, right? Because he's the only chance this team makes the playoffs. Isn't that the argument we heard? So
yeah, no.
I would hope that it's going to be better. But I don't know, because of the team in front, and on top of that, we can't ignore the fact that statistically, and people will spew goal save above expected everything at us, but statistically, just looking at save percentage and all those other stats, he has regressed every single year. So I can't confidently say it's around just because of that alone.
His goal saves above expected has also regressed. So that's another one. Sam Montebeau had a better goal saves above expected.
Beer, it's because the reason why I'm so opposed to giving goaltenders $10 million contracts and above is that goaltending is dependent on the team in front of them, no matter what anybody says. The only exception to that rule has ever been Dominik Hasek. That's it. That's a guy who won 6 Vezina trophies in an 8-year span with a total of 5 Vezina votes being given to him. 5. I'm not talking about somebody finishing in 5th place. I'm talking about 5 total Vezina votes. Fucking Norris votes, sorry. But you have that kind of numbers, and it's Alexei Zhitnin with 4 in 1998, and Darryl Shannon with 1 was probably a homer vote in 1999. I mean, you cannot win with your goaltender being your absolute best player and the team in front of you being shit. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. Yeah, but the thing is that you're not going to win that way. And his play is going to depend just as much on him being in a better state mentally as it is going to be the team in front of him. The structure, the coaching, the roster makeup, everything. So, yes, I think he's a candidate for a bounce back with numbers this bad. And yes, it's not all his fault, but you cannot have another stretch where you have to go, and sit for another month where Jonathan Quick bails you out again. And who's to say that Jonathan Quick, especially the way that he played towards the end of this season, who's to say that he's going to be able to bail them out?
I have a lot of concerns about that.
There's a tremendous amount of concerns about that, and everybody should have that.
Who's to say? So you know what? I'm going to say beer, but there's a lot of gray area and elements that are going to factor into this that are out not only with him, but outside of his control too.
Guys, I got to go beer on this one. And I've been his harshest critic. But, I mean, one reason why I have to go beer is look at those numbers. He set those numbers so low. If he doesn't surpass those,
Pack your shit.
like that's a ridiculous thing. You can't. Yeah, I mean, if he goes, let's say he goes to a 3 goals against and a sub 900 save percentage, are we still sitting there talking about him being the best goalie in the league? And that's what he's being paid? I mean, it's enough where what are they thinking with this? And look, I could concede this. The most shots against and the most saves against. Good for you. But does that mean he's overworked now and he's blown to smithereens?
For me, I'm going to say beer. Look, do I think he could do it? Sure. But the problem is that the defensive core next year is going to be the same defensive core that basically ended this season, unless there's a couple changes here and there. Obviously, Keandre Miller is a guy that could get moved, and maybe Chris Drury does end up flipping Carson Soucy. But for the most part, this defensive core is going to stay together. The lack of a defensive structure, again, is going to prevail. So Igor is going to be facing a ton of high danger chances again last year. And look, again, this is why, and we've all said it, this is why you don't overpay goaltending in the NHL. And I don't want to hear, if Igor, again, has another poor statistical season next year, that I don't want to hear fans making the excuses and his defenders saying that, oh, but look at the defense in front of him. No, you put yourself in this position because you chose to overpay a goaltender by a couple $1 million instead of reinvesting that type of money into better defensemen in front of him. So could he do it? Sure. But, the defense is certainly not going to help him next year.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.